Hey, welcome back to the kitchen. Do you ever go somewhere and buy something and it's really good and then you don't go back there anymore, or you do go back there and it's more expensive than the last time you bought it and you think, by golly, looking at the ingredients, I could make that. And so that's what we're doing here today. Based on how these things tasted, I've selected my herbs. It does list that there's cayenne in there and lemon in there and garlic, and I've got all that stuff. I've got the nori. I've just run sunflower seeds and almonds through my little food processor chopper thing. And I've got some tahini. So I'm going to mix up the filling and then I'm going to put this together. Come on along and I'll show you what's going on. I chopped up 1 clove of garlic. Because the salt I use is rather coarse ground, I'm just going to grind it up. Make it a finer powder so that it'll blend better with the other ingredients. Hold on a moment. Okay, so I've put the cayenne and the various dried herbs and the garlic and the salt in on top of the pre-chopped almonds and sunflower seeds. I juiced half the lemon. I'm going to pour it through the screen so the seeds will not go in. And then once it's mixed up and I get the sesame tahini in there, we'll see how I can adjust the flavor. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. I just tasted it. I'm not really detecting the lemon, so I'm going to go ahead and juice the other half of that and put that in here. Okay, I just added about another 1/4 teaspoon of the ground up real salt. And so far I've added 5 tablespoons of the tahini and I've added about a tablespoon of the water. So I'm going to mix this up and give it another taste and check the consistency. Okay, I'm just taking a little spatula thing, and spreading this out as thinly as possible here. Trying to get it so you can see what I'm doing. And then get it out to the edges. It's fun. Here. Pull it all the way up to the edge. And I'm going to just lay another sheet of nori on top of it. Let's see. This thing actually, they have little, well, they did have little lines, but I don't know which way the lines are going on the one on the bottom. So I'm just put the other one on top. And press it together with a rolling pin. Let's see how that's going to work. Uh-oh. You would not believe what I just rigged up here to put the camera up on the edge of this thing. No. Yeah, roll from the center out to the edge. Just like making a pie crust. Okay, now I'm going to cut this thing up and then it's going to go into the dehydrator so that the moisture that's in here will evaporate out. Okay, I'm just using the kitchen shears to, first I cut them into strips and now I'm just going to cut them into little squares, and I think they'll dehydrate a little bit faster this way. And I'm going to put those in the dehydrator. I'm going to start the next batch. We got still quite a lot of filling. You want some nori? Yeah, my dog eats seaweed. Well, I used up 6 sheets of the nori, so Frida and I are sharing. Apparently there's 10 sheets that come in the package, and I must have used some for something else because there was only 1 left, so we thought we would just eat that. Okay, so I've got three trays now set up in here with a spacer tray in between. Gonna plug this thing in and let it run for a little while and get them to dehydrate just a little bit. I set this on the low setting, which is the one they suggest for herbs and spices. And if it doesn't seem like it's working so good, I'll bop it up to 105, which is the one for nuts and seeds. Of course, you have to share with a cat too. And Harley likes nori as well.
good, isn't it?
So I just turned it off for a minute and rearranged the trays, and they're still having some moisture in them. So I'm going to raise the heat to the next level and let this go for a little while longer. Okay, they are feeling the consistency that like the ones that I purchased were, and so I'm going to call these done. And oh yeah, these are good. I may have overdone the cayenne pepper just a little bit. They do have a bit of a bite. However, I wouldn't throw it out. Okay, see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me on this one.